Tesla. Tesla my Isla. You're so sexy and Lexy. Oh my God. Tesla. Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance. My name is Christopher Belly. I'm a certified CPA accountant. I'm a long-term boglehead investor. I'm author of the book Stop Being a Broke Loser. It's on Amazon. And we got to talk about Tesla, the future, bro. Now, why do we have to talk about Tesla? Because it's freaking YouTube. Now, y'all know my feelings on this stock. I think it's a massively overvalued luxury car company. But to give Tesla some credit, I always look at their financial statements to see what's going on, okay? Did you know they sold Bitcoin? So let's go ahead and pull up Tesla's earnings, and I'm going to give you my response as an accountant. That's not a legitimate field. Accounting's for losers. All right, so let's read the summary of Tesla. This might be a long video, ladies and gentlemen. We continue to make significant progress across the business during the second quarter of 2022. Although we face certain challenges, including limited production and shutdowns in Shanghai, and being a massively overvalued luxury car manufacturer, we achieved an operating margin amongst the highest in the industry of 14.6%. Positive free cash flow is $621 million. That doesn't seem that high relative to their previous quarters, and ended the quarter with the highest delivery vehicle production month in our history. Now, remember, ladies and gentlemen, they have one of the highest operating margins in the industry because they're a luxury car company. If you're a regular car company, you have a bunch of models that the average person can afford, and you have to sell them at lower prices, and your margins aren't as great. Let me make sure my volume's working. I'm always paranoid my mic's going to cut out. So, new factories in Berlin and Austin continue to ramp up, blah, 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 blah. 680 cells. Okay, so you got to factor in the fact that they're opening these factories up. There's going to be a lot of capital expenditures going on here. So, that's probably a big reason why their free cash flow was low. But we can go ahead and look and see what happened. So, here's the financial summary of Tesla My Esla. Now, let's see what percentage of revenues the auto sales are. So we have automotive revenues of 14,602 divided by 16,934. 86% of Tesla's sales of revenue come from cars. Are they a car company? Perhaps. I don't know. Now, we can also see that their gross margin has declined. Why do I think their gross margin declined? Well, your gross margin is your sales minus your cost of goods sold. And you take that number divided by your sales. That's your gross margin or gross profit percentage. Now, the reason their gross profit has declined, my suspicion is they have a lot of factory overhead and they're not producing as many vehicles relative to the future capacity of those factories. So, for example, let's say you have a massive factory that could potentially one day produce 500,000 cars, but you just opened it up and you're only able to produce 50,000 cars in that factory. Well, you have to actually account for all the fixed overhead expenses of that entire factory and allocate it over the cars that you produced. Now, they're expensed when it's sold. When it's not sold, obviously it goes on the balance sheet as inventory. But that's my suspicion as to why automotive gross margin has declined, because they've been increasing prices. So what I'm thinking is the cost of their inputs are going up faster than the cost of their revenues. We'll see. So we could see that their revenue declined from the previous quarter, but year over year, they're still up. It looks like 42%. Now, that's still pretty good growth, but like I said, Tesla's not going to keep growing at 50% every freaking year. I would not be surprised if their revenue started dropping, or their year over year growth started dropping every single freaking quarter. 40, 38. 35, 32, 20, 25, 15, 10. At some point, Tesla is going to peak out. Nobody can afford their freaking cars. They are too expensive. The people that can afford those cars are rich, spoiled liberals. And there's only so many people in the luxury auto market. This is not hard to understand. If you don't hear what I'm saying, you're a freaking fanatic, okay? So their total GAAP gross margin is 25%. That's at the top of the income statement. They still have other expenses. So they have operating margins of 14.6%. Now, year over year, that has increased, but relative to their last couple of quarters, it really hasn't. All right. So let's go ahead and read a little bit more. Revenue. Total revenue growth of 42%. Revenue was impacted by the following items: growth in vehicle deliveries, increased average selling price. Yeah, they're raising prices. It's the car of the future, right? Growth in other parts of the business. Now, let's go compare the previous quarter. Let's see what percent of their sales from the previous quarter were autos. So we do 16,861 divided by 18,756. So they actually have either their car revenues have decreased relative to their other revenues, or they've increased sales of their other products. Whatever that is, that because you look at it and auto revenues as a percentage of total revenues have declined a little bit since the previous quarter. But, generally Tesla's auto revenue as a percentage of total revenue is like roughly in the mid to high 80s, maybe low 90s. That's been pretty consistent, okay? Car company. Profitability. Our operating income improved year over year. I mean, you can be selective when your operating income can improve. But remember, Tesla's supposed to be this amazing growth story that's perfect. But I'll give them some slack because they've had a lot of issues. 14.6% operating margin. So what was their operating income impacted by? Increased average selling price, growth in vehicle deliveries, profit growth in other areas of the business, lower stock-based compensation expense. Let's see some negative impacts. Higher raw material, commodity, logistics, and expedited cost. Who saw that? Higher per unit fixed costs in Shanghai due to shutdowns. That's exactly what I was talking about. You have this whole factory that you have to pay for. If you're not using the factory at capacity, the fewer cars you make, the more those costs are allocated to each individual vehicle. Okay, it's called economy of scale. Negative FX at foreign exchange impact and Bitcoin impairment. Oh, boy. That is funny. All right. As of the end of Q2, we have converted approximately 75% of our Bitcoin purchases into fiat currency. I don't like how they say fiat currency. Like, why not say like the dollar? It just seems like they have like, I don't know. Maybe I'm reading into it too much, but it seems like they have like some kind of disdain for fiat currency. Oh my God. That's really bullish on Bitcoin though. Okay. Let's look at production. Model S and X production, 16,411. Model S or 3 and Y, 242. So year over year growth, 19%. Ooh, boy. That don't bode well for Tesla, my Tesla. And what I don't like is that they don't differentiate between the Model 3 and the Model Y. I want to see those disaggregated. I want to see what they're selling more of. Are they selling more Model 3s or more Model Ys? Remember, the Model Y is a more expensive like SUV version, and the Model 3 is the sedan basically. So if they're selling more and more Model Ys, especially as a percentage of Model 3s and Model Ys, potentially they could be running into trouble because those Model Ys ain't cheap and they keep raising the freaking prices. So that ain't good for a futuristic growth company. Their freaking production is only improved 19% year over year. I don't know. Let's go see. All right, autopilot FSD, cumulative miles driven with FSD. So you can see this chart with FSD miles. Obviously, that means that that's the stock price. The stock price is going to do the same thing. Body shop robot count per unit of manufacture. I don't even know what that means. All right, let's go ahead and look at a more. Oh, look at the happy people. Let's go ahead and look at some more financials because I know they're on here. Okay. Let's just go straight to the income statements. Oh, hold on 1 minute. All right, I'm back. Sorry, I got interrupted. All right, let's go ahead and look at the income statement in more detail. So we already figured out, automotive sales as a percentage of total revenues was 86%. Still a car company. I don't know how you can dispute that. You see how this is so annoying because like I can't really zoom in because then you won't be able to see the freaking line items here. All right, let's see what some of their expenses. Research and development, selling and general administrative, restructuring, and other. I want to see their Bitcoin. Where is it? Interest expense, other income and expense, provision. They don't even say where the freaking where the Bitcoin is. So we actually have to go look at the statement of cash flows. Okay. So here's how you know they sold Bitcoin, right? So the statement of cash flows is divided between operating activities. That's what the business does. Cash from operations. Cash flows from investing. That's buying and selling fixed assets, stuff like that, or crypto. And then cash flows from financing, which is issuing debt, buying your debt back, issuing stock, buying stock back, or paying a dividend, which they don't do, at least to my understanding. So you can see we have proceeds from the sales of digital assets. So they went ahead, and I'm sorry, I really can't zoom in because how this whole stupid thing is set up. They sold and generated roughly $936 million of proceeds from sale of digital assets. Does this say how much they bought them for? I don't like, because this isn't detailed enough to really do like an in-depth analysis, because I really can't see what they whether they made a profit from their Bitcoin or not. I would assume they didn't. Jesus Christ. Okay, so at the end of the day, I mean, honestly, the market hasn't freaked out about this. You know, the clowns bought the dip because, honestly, that's probably a bullish sign they sold Bitcoin. I mean, I would be happy if my company sold Bitcoin, because I would never invest in a clownish company that has a management so idiotic that they would buy a worthless Bitcoin, especially when they're a growing freaking company. Like, come on. You're going to buy Bitcoin when you're a growing, immature company? That's gambling. I mean, you could lose all your freaking money. That's stupid. But really, like, nothing really impressive. I mean, obviously, I suspected their gross margins were going to go down. That might be a temporary thing, obviously, because, you know, like I said, economies of scale and how, according to accounting, you have to allocate fixed overhead, you know, amongst all the units that you produce. So nothing really super exciting. The stock hasn't crashed because it looks like it roughly met Wall Street expectations. Tesla stock will crash when they miss expectations. That's when it will happen, okay? So just because they did bad, everybody already knew this was going to happen, okay? They saw the deliveries were down. They saw they had issues in China, shutdowns, blah, 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 blah. And Elon Musk was getting a bunch of crap. I mean, obviously, you know, everybody expected this, and that's why this whole, you know, basically nothing burger, I hate that term, nothing burger happened. So I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, we have to wait another quarter, 2 quarters, 3 quarters, 5 quarters before Tesla freaking crashes. I know. Oh, God. I'm so sick of this stock. This is the reason all the clowns are still alive, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's see the comments. Let's see. What's up, strong man? What's up, bro? Hey, baby. You're not a chick, I can guarantee it. Take your shirt off. Tesla F'd your predictions. No, not really. I mean, here's my prediction. I'm telling you. There's going to be a quarter where Wall Street expects one thing and Tesla delivers another thing and the stock freaking tanks, okay? See, Tesla has basically a buy right now because everybody knew this was going to happen. Tesla dumping Bitcoin like a steaming turd. Honestly, that is a good thing for Tesla. That is a good thing. Why would you buy a digital crap asset if you're a growing company? Why would you spend your spare cash on that? Go build another factory or something. Like, I don't get it, man. Please, for the love of God, will it drop 70%? I mean, they didn't miss necessarily. You know, everybody knew this was going to kind of happen. Let's see. You look great with glasses. Yeah, these are actually chick glasses. Do you own Tesla? I actually do. I have about, I would say, $4,000 in Tesla in my Vanguard Total World Stock Market Index ETF. Woo! Yes, one stock is better than the global stock market. You're 100% right, bro. I cannot dispute that. Isn't it 750 billion market cap right now? Shows how dumb people are. Yeah, I'm telling you, when Tesla is really an indicator of like when the actual clown market has ended. We've had this like stupid clown market these past, year or 2 years. But because Tesla is still that holdout, all the clowns haven't been annihilated yet. Once Tesla goes and Tesla drops, I mean, this is a guess, but that's probably an indicator that we're getting close to some kind of bottom in the market. Just saying. Let's see. He sold Bitcoin to start positive. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't see on the financials, like, or they had a gain or loss from the sale of Bitcoin. Trying to find some good comments. It's all, oh, weak boy. Oh, you're a loser. Then I challenge you to come debate me, and you back out like a bunch of bussies. Shirtless or no service? I don't know why I'm wearing a shirt. Just kind of felt like it. Admit it, you were wrong on La Tesla. I'm not wrong on Tesla. It's a massive bubble. I'm patient, man. Y'all think I'm like playing around. I will wait. I will wait patiently and patiently. I'm not buying that stock. I'm not buying the stock. Nothing is going to convince me. And that proves that I'm actually a fantastic investor because I don't get sucked up into bubbles. I don't let past performance guide my vision or guide my investing philosophy. I don't care. I mean, if you bought Tesla when it was like a clown, unprofitable company and you got lucky, good for you. You're not a genius. You're a gambling clown. Hey, man, it went up, see? All your other stocks are down, but Tesla went up. They sold Bitcoin at a 7 to 10% loss. Jesus Christ. They did not make a profit on Bitcoin. I mean, it makes sense. Bitcoin's been freaking wrecked. So, for people that are so bullish on Bitcoin, like, oh, Elon, I believe in crypto. It's the future. As soon as it goes down, he sells it. Clown. Nice sunglasses, strong man. Did you buy those with grift money? I don't know where these came from. I think I just stole them from my wife. I hope Tesla stays sideways for a few more months. Making extra paychecks selling covered calls is pretty sweet. I mean, to sell covered calls, you have to have 100 shares of Tesla. You really hold 100 shares of Tesla? Dude, sell. I'm not going to give you financial advice. You do whatever you want. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 bye. Steps is my epsis. He's got a Twitter account. It's actually pretty hilarious. Go check it out. I want to donate 20 shares of Voyager. Oh, that is savage. But of course, bro. Analysts are in denial. Keep pumping the stock and let it burn. Yeah, there's so many. Analysts are clowns, dude. They are. They're total freaking clowns. But I'm just a bean counter. Some people just, talk so much trash. But sometimes people make fun of me for this. You got to look at the common sense factor. Is Tesla going to take over the world? Honestly, is it really? No, it's not. It's a car company. I agree. Tesla selling Bitcoin is a good sign and a chance. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to knock them for that. I mean, I think they're clowns for buying it. But I'm happy that they sold it. That's actually a good thing. I will give Tesla props for that. That's a dumb prediction, strongman. That will hold true with any stock that missed earnings. Yeah, but Tesla has so much more to fall, buddy. It has so much more to fall. You compare the revenues of all the automakers, versus Tesla, and then you juxtapose that with the market cap of Tesla versus the other automakers. It's hilarious how clownishly overvalued this stock is. Oh, here's Scott. Me, Kevin's DUI just got a shout out on the quartering channel. What's Kevin going to do? I don't know. Let's see. Tesla is an exception to the market. It's the OG meme stock. Yeah, that is the mother of all meme stocks. I mean, it really is true. I heard somebody say this, and it makes total sense. Tesla is really the indicator of whether we've reached a bottom in the market. I'm not saying go all in with all your money if Tesla crashes, but if Tesla gets freaking wrecked, that's probably the bottom of the market, in my opinion. But to me, it doesn't matter because I just dollar cost average anyway into index funds. Look at the balance sheet for Bitcoin impairment. That wouldn't be on the balance sheet. That would show up on the statement of cash flows. It would be an add back, or that would be on the income statement. Why can't you just get a quick 20% and put that into VT? Where am I going to get a quick 20%? It's just easy. Just get 20%, bro. It's easy. It's not hard, man. You're stubborn and never took time to understand. What don't I understand about the company, Brian? Please, somebody tell me what I don't understand about the company. They have a car and they put a battery in it. That's Tesla. Oh, look, the robots. Shut up. Sick of you clowns. Are those Huggies for me? Yeah, they're for me. Yeah, I wear Huggies, bro. Size 1s. You should learn German, strongman. Herr Hauptmann, Herr Reichsmarschall, Mike Staff will take over the world soon. Until he invades Russia. Trevor Foley, Bitcoin to the moon. I thought you had like I thought this was like a Jeremy picture for a second. You have like a very vague resemblance to Jeremy, at least from a distance. LaFufu shows his gain today on Palantir. Yeah, see, he's such a scam, dude. Like, Honest went up massively, in the last couple of days. If you bought Honest at $10, right? Which, I mean, he bought it somewhere up there. And then it drops down to 3. You've suffered a 70% loss, okay? And if Honest goes up 100% from there, it doubles. It goes from 3 to 6. You're still down 40%, even if it doubles in price from that low. Just because it went up 15% doesn't mean he's killing it. He's a clown. But he'll be like, oh, look, see, my stock went up today. But he's still down. God, these people, man. I'm just going to give up. I'm just going to be a grifter. I'm just going to grift. I'm tired of trying to help you freaking people. You want to compare the debt? Yeah, no, I don't care. It doesn't matter if they have debt, okay? Well, you know why Tesla doesn't have debt? Because a bunch of clowns pumped up the stock and they could just issue shares and dilute their shareholders. But trust me, at some point, they're going to have to go into debt, okay? It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, not everybody's going to buy a Tesla. People can't afford Tesla. Tesla's raising prices. It's a luxury auto manufacturer. People can't afford the freaking car. How is this hard to understand? Oh, but revenue growth is going to take over the world. Tesla stock runs on pure meme power. Won't go down as long as the memers still exist. Now, Wall Street controls that stock now. I'm telling you. They ain't the clowns anymore. Once Wall Street gets pissed and they're not happy with one of those earnings, woo! Done, son. What's your alcohol of choice? All right, I'll answer this and then we'll get back to Tesla. So I only really drink beer now. I stopped drinking liquor. Back in the day, when I was a younger man and I went to the club, I used to go to every weekend, twice a weekend from like age 21 to 26. I would go to a place called a Wild Country in Fort Hood, Texas. And I would have double Jack and Cokes. That's all I drank. Double Jack and Coke, double Jack and Coke, double Jack and Coke. I've sworn off liquor because it just gives me terrible hang. Like, it destroys me now. So I usually just drink like higher quality beers. Like, I'll have Peroni or I'll have freaking 1664, any kind of Pilsner, like basically good beer. As a matter of fact, I might have some beer tonight. I got the taste in my mouth. When I said beer, like I had this like is it craving? I guess it's a craving. I was like, I could taste the beer in my mouth. Maybe that means I'm an alcoholic. Scott, I'm coming for your butt, boy. Don't think I'm being nice to you, okay? Make that video about me. You'll be selling your butt soon. Automakers are one of the worst investments, in my opinion. Very high CapEx, bought enough return. Yeah, I mean, they do have high cap. I mean, they're a very capital-intensive industry. What that means is they have a lot of factories and crap, Then you have depreciation expense, and then they have to invest in either build new factories or maintain their current factories. That hurts free cash flow. Their gross margins are low. There's a ton of competition in the auto industry. Tesla's not special, I'm telling you. You don't care about debt in a rising interest environment? Interesting. No, I do care about debt. I care about debt 100%, but that doesn't mean I'm going to buy Tesla. I could just not buy any automakers at all. I don't have any automakers in I do through my index funds. But no, I'm not going to buy automakers. I mean, most of the other automakers are trash too. But that's not my point. My point is Tesla's valuation is overvalued massively. It is not in every man's car. That's my drink too. But double Jack and Coke? Harker Heights. Yeah, man. You know what I'm talking about. Were you there when there was Starlight? Remember old Starlight and Dollhouse? Remember Dollhouse? Woo! Old strong man when he was young. I'm old now. I'm 32. I like your content, but you're wrong on Tesla. 3 trillion cap. You'll say what? Okay. But I can't lose, right? If Tesla goes to 3 trillion, I have it in my index fund. It's already like in, I think, the top 10 holdings of VT. I can't lose, but I don't have to go buy the stock individually. I can just freaking, sit back and watch, sip my tea. This guy gets it right here. This guy gets it. I have it in VT. You guys think I'm like shorting it. I'm not going to short Tesla. Oh, but there is that new Tesla Q. I need to make a video about that. Many of the legacy automakers will die like Apple and Samsung killed everybody else. Who will be there to eat their lunch? Yes. Okay, because everybody is just going to go ahead and buy a $70,000 Tesla. You're 100% right, buddy. 100% right. I can't dispute that. I don't play in that realm. Now I'm getting paid by Elon. Grifter Strongman gets paid by Elon. Why does Jeremy call you Belly Boy? Because he can't say my name directly. It would only help my channel. Yep, many good times. Yeah. Woo. See, I know you've been in Fort Hood, Texas. Have you been to Wild Country, Starlight, and the Dollhouse? Dollhouse. Ooh, I've had a lot of fun in the Dollhouse. All right, I think that's about it, guys. I might make a video on snot. I don't know. Or maybe I'll respond to the Reichsmarshal. See, I don't have time to do like stocks anymore because all you freaking clowns make videos about me now and I have to respond to them. It's like, oh, it's exhausting. Starting a GoFundMe to raise money to buy. Okay, if you make me a GoFundMe, I'm going to get my, I'm going to take that money and I'm not going to buy a Cybertruck. Did you meet your first wife at the Dollhouse? I wish. Ooh. I mean, maybe because I was intoxicated, but there was some, Dollhouse was the place to go. That was the place to go. The other ones sucked. Like there was this whole row of strip clubs. Like it was like 4 or 5 in a row. And then behind that is the Dollhouse. And all the other strip clubs are trash. You go to the Dollhouse, $20. At least back then it was $20 for a lap dance. Woo! And the girls loved me. You know, I just kept paying them. They loved me. Did you ever do emerging market? Yeah, I did one on a China one. I think it's FLCH. It's a China index by Franklin Templeton. Whatever. In a bear market, we don't talk about stocks. I can still talk about stocks. I want to talk about stocks. But when you clowns, I just saw Darntons made a video about me. It's like, oh, God. I'm just going to have to start ignoring people. All right, guys. That's it. Well, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Buy Tesla! It's the future! And I'll talk to you.